All right, everybody, man, what's going on? Welcome to today's edition of SWAC Talk, the show where we cover the SWAC inside and out. I am, of course, your tour guide, C. Wells, coming at you, bringing you around the SWAC. We're going to cover the basketball games that took place on Monday, January 10th, and we're going to preview the games that come up on Saturday, January 15th. And like I said, you can check out the socials that are scrolling down below. I have restarted my Twitter page. I for whatever reason, I didn't really mess with it that much. So the Twitter is back. And you see that on the screen, Swag Talk 76. And all the other socials are there as usual. Make sure you like the videos, share them, comment, subscribe, of course, and hit that notification bell to be alerted to any content that I upload. Just like I did last video, I'm going to throw it out there again, man. Y'all make sure if you can get to a game, man, please support SWAC basketball. A lot of good teams and good games. And, we kind of want to get that energy, that energy up just like we got in football. I know football is king in the South, but, show basketball a little love. So if you can make a game, then that'd be great. The SWAC tournament is in Birmingham from March 9th to March 12th. So make sure you check that out if you can. So if you can't get to a regular season game, hit the tournament. I apologize for any noise in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear that. My dog Thanos is going ham right now. He's okay. He's doing his normal routine, just making noise. So if y'all hear him back there, it's all good. So I just wanted to throw that out there just in case y'all hear that barking and whining. That's just Thanos doing Thanos things back there. So with all that saying, man, let's go ahead and jump into these recaps of Monday's games. We're going to start with Texas Southern and Valley. Texas Southern dropped a C note on Valley, 100-66. Man, that's especially for a women's basketball game, man, that's a whooping. They led 45-28 at half. And they outscored Valley in every quarter. So this was just not a close game at all. Valley was led by Zakiya Mahoney with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. She was 2 of 13 from the field and 8 of 11 from the free throw line. She was the only scorer in double digits. Sarah Moore was second with 9 points and 13 rebounds. So she did a good job on the boards for the Devilettes. Valley had 46 rebounds, and they turned the ball over 17 times. So to get beat as bad as they didn't really turn the ball over that much. They had 10 steals as well. They shot 29% from the field, 24 of 82, 7 of 30 from the three-point line, 23%, and 11 of 18 from the free throw line for 61%. Texas Southern was led by Alicia Knight with 26, 10 points. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. So a double-double for her. She was 10 of 13 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, and 2 of 3 from the line. Shalexis Aaron, 25 and 10, another double-double. She had 6 assists and 1 block and 2 steals. She was 10 of 19 from the field, 5 of 11 from the three-point line, and 4 of 6 from free throw line. Atalia Bridges, 22 points, and 4 rebounds and 10 assists. So she had a double-double. Man, that's 3 double-doubles on one team, including 1 with assists. In college ball, you don't really see a lot of people with crazy high assist numbers, but 10 assists for her on the night to only 2 turnovers and 2 steals, 9 of 14 from the field, 1 or 2 from the three-point line, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Sky Green also chipped in with 11 rebounds. So they had 3 double-digit rebounders in this game, man. They worked Valley on the boards, but they only out-rebounded Valley by 4 rebounds. So Valley held their own, but 3 ladies from TSU just went ham on the boards. They had 22 assists on the night, 6 blocks and 5 steals to go along with that. They shot 54% from the field. Really great night for TSU overall. 40% from the three-point line, 11 of 27, and 68% from the free throw line, 11 of 16. So big game for TSU, man. Like I said, 3 players with double-doubles, including 1 with assists, 3 double-digit rebounders. You really can't ask for a much better effort than that in a game. So really great effort for TSU in that game. FAMU beat Grambling 84-78. Alexis Holt led Grambling with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, 3 steals as well. She was 9 of 18 from the field, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Also in double digits was Justice Coleman with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal and 1 block. 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the line. Ariel Williams also had 11 points, 2 rebounds. She was 3 of 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, and 4 for 5 from the line. And Chastity Titan, 11 points as well, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Grambling had 25 rebounds on the night. They didn't really get much work on the boards. 11 assists, and they only turned the ball over 9 times. They shot 43% from the field, 25 of 57, 6 of 19 from the three-point line. That's 31%, and 22 of 29 from the free throw line for 75%. Dylan Holt led FAMU with 32 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. She was 12 of 19 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. And Nasia Harris, 24 points for her, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, and 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Tia Bradshaw with 11 points, and Malaya Bell with 10. FAMU had 32 rebounds, out-rebounded Grambling by 7. They had 19 turnovers on the night and 5 steals and no blocks. They shot 54% from the field, 30 of 55, 7 of 13 from the three-point line for 53%, and 63% from the free throw line, 17 of 27. So a good shooting night from the field for the Lady Rattlers. They got it done against Grambling. Jackson State continues to roll. They've blown out everybody they played. They're 3-0 in conference right now, and they've won all games comfortably. They won this game over Alabama A&M 79-52. This was a game I thought might be a really good game, but Jackson State just really blew through. They blew through Alabama A&M. They just, they put in work, and, they're tough to stop right now. Amisha Williams, as usual, 20 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double for her. 8 of 13 from the field, 4 or 5 from the line. She had 3 blocks as well. Kashana Luckett, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. She was 4 of 8 from the field, 1 or 2 from the three-point line, and 4 for 6 from free throw line. And Maya Crump with 12 points and 1 rebound, 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3, and 2 or 2 from the line. Also with 12 points was Jariah Covington. She also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Jackson State had 51 rebounds on the night. They blocked 3 shots. They had 5 steals. They turned the ball over 14 times. 45% from the field for the Tigers, 28 of 61, 4 of 11 from 3 for 36%, and 19 of 25 from the free throw line for 76%. Nigeria Jones and Dariana Lewis both led Alabama A&M with 10 points apiece. Lewis, 5 rebounds. I thought she was going to be a big factor in this game, but Jackson State controlled her. She was 4 of 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the line. Jones, 3 of 13 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the line. She had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Alabama A&M had 32 rebounds, so they got out rebounded by 19 boards. They turned the ball over 13 times. They had 4 blocks and 6 steals. They shot 32% from the field, 21 of 65, 13% from 3, 2 of 15, and 8 of 11 from the free throw line for 72%. Obviously, you can see the rebounding edge for Jackson State was huge. Alabama A&M just could not shoot 3 well in this game. And this has been a trend that we've seen in multiple games, men and women this year. 3-point shooting has not been good for a lot of teams, and hopefully that's something that'll improve as the season goes on. Southern, they blew open a close first half game. They led 28-27 at the half, and they outscored Bethune Cookman by a score of 46-20 in the second half to win 74-47. This game was Bethune Cookman really played a really good first half. They kind of played over their heads a little bit. I was able to watch this game. they played over their heads a little bit, and then in the second half, Southern forced a lot of turnovers and got a lot of easy points. Bethune-Cookman could not get any offense going in the second half, as you can see with 20 points in the entire second half. This is the second game they played against Grambling on Saturday, where they could not score any points in the third quarter. I think they had 9 points in the third quarter against Grambling. So third quarter woes really did them in these two games. Kayla Watson led Southern with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. She was 7 of 15 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the line. Monty McWayne, 13 points, 4 rebounds. She was 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5, from 3-point line, and 1 of 3, and 0 for 0 from free throw line. Also in double digits was Genevieve Johnson. She had 11 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Nakia Kinsey led Southern with 7 rebounds. Southern had 34 rebounds on the night. They turned the ball over 13 times. They had 12 steals on the night, and they had 1 block. So those 12 steals were huge against Bethune-Cookman because in the second half, they just could not get anything going. 30 of 71 for Southern for 42% from the field. They shot 35% from 3, 7 of 20, and 77% from the free throw line, 7 of 9. Taylor Williams was the only scorer in double digits for Bethune-Cookman. She had 11 points and 8 rebounds. Other than that, Kayla White had 9 points. The second leading rebounder on the night was Kayla Clark with 6 rebounds. Bethune-Cookman had 34 rebounds as a team, so rebounding was even. They turned the ball over 28 times. That's the third game that Southern's had a high turnover rate, high number of turnovers forced. They had 2 blocks and 4 steals. They shot 45% from the field, 60% in the first quarter, 55% in the second quarter, and then in the third and fourth quarter, they shot below 40%. They shot 40% from 3, 2 of 5. They made both their threes in the second quarter. They shot only 2 threes in the second half, and 9 of 24 from the free throw line for 37%. So just a really bad night for Bethune-Cookman, especially that second half. The first half, they really looked like they could have got some. They really could have gave Southern a good run, but they just could not get out of their own way in the second half. Alabama State defeats Alcorn 74-39. A lot of blowouts in this early season portion of this conference schedule. Maya Clayton had 6 points and 2 rebounds for Alcorn. They were led by Bria Broughton. They were led by Diamond Hall with 10 points. She had 2 rebounds, 6 steals for her. So a good defensive game for Diamond Hall, but the team just could not really get anything going. They had 34 rebounds on the night. They turned the ball over 20 times. They had 2 blocks and 12 steals. So even in a blowout effort, they got quite a bit of steals, but they just shot horribly on the night. 23% from the field, 14 of 59, 3 of 29 from 3 for 10%, and 67% from the free throw line, 8 of 12. Alabama State was led by Shemaya Ward with 18 points and 6 rebounds and 1 block. She also had 3 assists, 9 of 11 from the field for her. Jayla Crawford, 14 points and 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Ayana Emmanuel, 13 points for her, 4 rebounds and 1 assist and 1 steal. Alabama State had 47 rebounds, so they all rebounded Alcorn by 13. They had 19 turnovers and 9 steals. So this was a fairly sloppy game, but Alabama State controlled this game pretty much from start to finish. First quarter was close, 17-15. They outscored Alcorn 23-8 in the second quarter, 20-3, 20-5 in the third quarter, and then 14-11 in the fourth quarter. So they really just controlled this game from the second quarter on. They shot 49% from the field. The Lady Hornets 29 of 59, 6 of 17 from 3 for 35%, and 10 of 15 from the free throw line for 66%. The final game of Monday's action for the women, Pine Bluff went on the road and picked up another victory in Texas. They got a Texas two-step, getting the sweep of Texas Southern and Prairie View. This time it beat Prairie View 73-63. 20-10 first quarter score. Prairie View was actually able to outscore them by 10 to make the score 37-37 at the half. So a big halftime, big second quarter for Prairie View to tie the score up at half. But UAPB outscored them by 11 in the third quarter, 21-10, and then Prairie View outscored them by 1 in the fourth to make the final margin 73-63. Zay Green, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals. So she had a really good night. 6 of 15 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3, and 4 for 8 from the from free throw line. Maya Pete, big time effort for her again. 21 rebounds again. She had a tremendous couple nights in Texas. 42 total rebounds in 2 games. Really great rebounding effort for her. So 16 and 21, nice double. 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line. She had 9 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive rebounds. She had 2 steals and 1 block. Joyce Kennerson, 12 points for her, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Sade Hudson, 13 points for her, 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and 2 steals. The Golden Lions had 48 rebounds on the night. They did turn the ball over 23 times, and they had 13 steals and 3 blocks. They shot 36% from the field, 24% from the three-point line, and 68% from the free throw line. So not a great shooting night for them, but they just were able to kind of put together a nice third quarter to take control of this game. Prairie View was led by Diana Rosenthal. She had 30 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 steals, 12 of 28 from the field, 3 of 13 from 3, 3 of 5 from the line. And other than that, Kennedy Hurd, she had 10 points for the Lady Panthers and 8 rebounds. The leading rebounder on the night was Geraldine Smith. She had 10 rebounds and 8 points, so almost had a double-double. Prairie View had 12 steals as well. They turned the ball over 21 times, so a lot of turnovers in this game. They had 36 rebounds, being out-rebounded by 12, and they had 1 block. They shot 38% from the field, 24% from 3, so neither team really did much from three-point line, 6 of 25, and 71% from the free throw line, 5 of 7. So that's going to do it for the Monday games. So we're going to really quickly go through the Saturday games, and we'll kind of break down, kind of talk about our featured game of the day, which I picked to be Florida A&M and UAPB. Mainly because UAPB is playing pretty good basketball. FAMU's also playing well. They won 2 out of 3, but in conference, UAPB has won. They're 2-2, but they came off of 2 big victories on the road, and they have a player in Maya Pete who's playing very well on the board. So we'll talk about that game in a second. Prairie View is at Jackson State. That's a 1:00 tip-off. Prairie View comes into this game at 2-2 and 3-10 overall. Jackson State is 3-0 and 5-6 overall. Jackson State obviously led by Amisha Williams, and that team is really probably hands down the best team in conference. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can play with them. They've won all 3 games by blowouts. Alabama State hosts Alabama A&M. That's a 2:00 tip-off. Alabama A&M comes into this game at 2-2 and 4-10 overall. They're led by Dariana Lewis and Nigeria Jones. Alabama State is 3-1 and 4-9 in conference. So this is a nice matchup, nice rivalry game. This is a game I want to keep my eyes on as well. These are a couple of teams who could finish in that top half of the conference. So you can kind of see, a lot of positioning. I mean, it's still very early in conference play, but teams like this, when they have a matchup against a rival, you really want to come out and play well and steal this game, because if you can get a leg up on your rival, you'll be in really good shape. Bethune Cookman is at Valley. That's a 2:00 tip-off, and this is the bottom dweller game. The Bethune Cookman is 0-3 and 2-11 overall. Valley is 0-4 and 1-11 overall. So somebody's going to get their first win in conference play. Like I said, FAMU UAPB is our feature game of the week, of the day, excuse me, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That's a 3 p.m. tip-off. FAMU comes in at 2-1. They beat Bethune Cookman on the last second 3-point shot, and they beat Grambling on Monday, only losing to Southern in a game that Southern put away in the second half. They are 2-12 overall, and UAPB is 2-6 and 6-8 overall. And UAPB has the best record overall in conference. So they're playing good basketball. They dropped 2 games at home, but they were able to really pick up the slack on the road. Southern and Grambling hook up, and anytime Southern and Grambling play in anything, you're gonna have some intensity there. That's a 3 p.m. tip. Southern comes in at 4-0, winning pretty much all of their games fairly comfortably. They are 6-9 overall. Grambling is 1-3 and 4-11 overall. So they are looking to get some things going. And Texas Southern is at Alcorn. That's a 1:00 tip off. Texas Southern 2-2, 2-9 overall. Alcorn's 1-2 and 2-10 overall. So taking a look at the Pine Bluff FAMU game, Pine Bluff comes into this game averaging 68 points per game. They allow let's take a look at the conference only stats. We're not going to really look at the overall stats. Those numbers are pretty skewed. So we'll take a look at the conference only stats to make everybody look a little bit better. Pine Bluff comes into this game averaging 61 points in conference. They're allowing 64. FAMU is 4th in the league at 69 points per game, and then defensively they're allowing 72. So both teams are scoring in that 60-point range. FAMU gives up a little bit more than 70. FAMU leads the league in field goal percentage at 48%. Pine Bluff is shooting 33%. Defensively, Pine Bluff is allowing opponents to shoot 37% from the field. FAMU 45%. So FAMU shoots the ball better as an offense. UAPB defends better. So that's going to be a nice little matchup on that side to see which strength can win out. FAMU and UAPB both are kind of subpar on the other end. So UAPB offensively doesn't shoot that well. FAMU defensively doesn't defend that well. 3-point percentage, FAMU is second with 36%. UAPB is 7th at 24%. So the edge goes to the Rattlers there. FAMU 3-point defense, the opponents are shooting 35%. UAPB's opponents are shooting 30%. So it's kind of close, but FAMU's giving up a few more threes than UAPB. Free throws are always a key in a game like this. UAPB shooting 67%, FAMU 64%. UAPB's opponents are shooting 74%, and FAMU's opponents are shooting 72%. Rebounding, the edge goes to UAPB. They average 42 rebounds per game. FAMU 35. UAPB's opponents average 41 rebounds a game. So their margin is like 1.3 rebounds per game on the plus side. FAMU's opponents only average 24 rebounds. So they do a pretty good job of keeping the opponents off the board. So again, that's a matchup I kind of want to see. UAPB, will they be able to rebound on FAMU, because FAMU does a pretty good job of not allowing their opponents to get rebounds. Turnovers, FAMU is averaging, they average 24 turnovers a game. They turn the ball over a lot. Their opponents turn the ball over 19 times. That's a -5.5 margin on turnovers. So that's going to be a huge key. Can they control the ball? UAPB turns the ball over 17.5 times a game, and they're forcing 16.8 turnovers a game. So FAMU needs to take care of the ball. They need to keep UAPB off the boards. Like I said, this is going to be an interesting game. UAPB averages 1.7 blocks per game, FAMU 0.6. Steals, UAPB averages 12 steals a game, FAMU 9.3. Dylan Horton right now is the leading scorer in the SWAC from FAMU. She's averaging 26 points per game. So it's going to be interesting to see if UAPB can control her on the defensive end. Anaja Harris also averages 20 points per game in conference play. So they have 2 players in the top 5 in scoring as a team. So UAPB is led by Zay Green right now in conference play. She's averaging 16 points per game. And Maya Pete is averaging 14 points per game. And also, obviously, Maya Pete is huge on the boards. Right now, she's leading the conference in rebounding in conference play at 14 and a half. So she's averaging a double-double. So she's going to be a big factor in this game. Dylan Horton from FAMU is averaging 7 rebounds per game. And then you have also Stacia Allen from FAMU. She's averaging 6.3. And Malaya Bell, she's averaging 6 rebounds. So they have quite a few people who can get on the boards. Kaylin Jones, also averaging 5.3 rebounds a game from FAMU. Zay Green from UAPB averages 5 rebounds per game. So I really want to see this rebounding matchup. I know that's not the sexy thing in basketball, but I really like to see that work being put in on the board. So if FAMU can slow down Pete on the boards, that will help them a lot. Assists, Zay Green, 3.7 assists per game to lead UAPB. Joyce Kennerson, 3.5. FAMU is led by Dylan Horton at 2.3 assists per game. And blocks and steals, you can look forward to Zay Green is averaging 1 block per game for UAPB. So she's doing a good job defensively. Steals, neither team has anybody in. Let's see, Dylan Horton from FAMU is in number 17 in the league at 1.7 steals per game. So, like I said, this game has a few good matchups that I like. I really like that matchup between the UAPB defense and the FAMU offense. Because on the other side, neither team shoots. FAMU doesn't defend well. UAPB doesn't shoot that well. So that's kind of gonna be the side that may be the side that wins this game. But I like that FAMU offense, UAPB defensive matchup, and I think UAPB, they're coming off of 2 strong games on the road. They didn't start the season well at home, so that's gonna be an interesting thing if they can bounce back at home, because losing 2 at home is not a good looking conference play. So I look for them to bounce back in this game if their defense can control Dylan Horton from FAMU, because she's scoring the ball really well in conference play, 26 points per game. So I'm gonna go with UAPB. I think they're gonna get it done. I think they're gonna have a good crowd at this game, and I think that will kind of boost them over the top. So we're gonna go with the Golden Lions in this game. Moving on to the men's side, we're gonna take a look at the Monday games. FAMU beat Grambling 75-66. They led this game 42-30 at the half. Grambling was able to outscore them by 3 in the second half to ultimately lose by 9. But this was a game, obviously, FAMU pretty much controlled. Tremichael Moulton led Grambling with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. He was 8 of 15 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 1 for 2 from the line. Cameron Christian, 16 points for Grambling, 3 rebounds. And he was 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Those were the only 2 guys for Grambling in double figures. They did have 2 guys with 7, but other than that, not much scoring. 31 rebounds for Grambling. They had 7 assists. They only turned the ball over 5 times, so they did take care of the ball. They had 2 blocks and 4 steals. They shot 40% from the field, 26 of 65. 26 of 65. They were 5 of 19 from 3 for 26%, and 9 of 15 from the free throw line for 60%. MJ Randolph continues to score the ball very well for FAMU. He scored 24 points in this game, 10 of 12 from the field, 1 or 2 from the 3-point line, 3 or 5 from the free throw line. He also had 7 rebounds and 1 steal. Bryce Morgan, he had 10 points and 8 rebounds, 4 of 8 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 for 3 from the line. DJ Jones, 10 points, 9 rebounds for him, and 16 points for Jay Clark to also help out the Rattlers, who had 32 rebounds, so they rebounded Grambling by 1. They only had 12 turnovers. They had 3 blocks and 3 steals, and 14 assists. They shot 48% from the field, 25 of 52, 36% from three, 7 of 19. So a better three-point shooting night for them than they had on Saturday, where they only made 2 threes in the game on Saturday. 18 of 27 from the free throw line for 66%. Next game, we have Southern defeated Bethune Cookman 69 of 59. This was a game that was a 2-point game at half. Bethune Cookman actually led this game by 9 in the first half. Southern was able to chip away and get back in it and go in the half down by 2. And in the second half, they were outscored Bethune Cookman by 12, 33 to 21 to win by 10. Jaden Sadler led Southern with 20 points and 9 rebounds, 5 assists. 9 rebounds from your point guard is, that's a great, obviously that's a really good rebounding game for him. He was 7 of 12 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 6 of 8 from the line. Tyrone Lyons, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. Sadler also had 3 steals on the night. Terrell Williams, 8 points. Damian Sears, 8 points and 6 rebounds. And Breon Whitley, 11 points and 2 rebounds and 1 assist. He was 2 of 10 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3, and 5 of 5 from the line. He continues to be a pretty strong force off the bench for Southern. He's had a couple strong games in the second halves of games, helping Southern build leads, maintain leads. Southern had 35 rebounds on the night. Southern had 35 rebounds on the night, 10 assists, 6 turnovers, 8 blocks. 6 turnovers. 11 turnovers, 6 blocks, and 8 steals. So they did a pretty good job of not turning the ball over too much. They didn't get as many steals as they normally get, but they were able to win this game by holding Bethune Cookman scoreless for stretches of the time. And in the second half, now Bethune Cookman was shorthanded in this game. They were missing Joe French, who is their leading scorer. He had a foot injury. They had a couple other guys who were out, so they only played 7 guys, and they played a really strong game. I don't know if they rolled down or if their just shooting just went kaput. But Garrett, Marcus Garrett had 16 points for them, 5 rebounds. He fouled out. He had 1 assist and 1 steal. He was 7 of 16 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. Kevin Davis, a guy who can also score the ball. He had a 26-point game against FAMU earlier this season. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 4 of 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the line. And Collins Joseph had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, 2 steals for him. Bethune Cookman had 38 rebounds, so they rebounded Southern by 3. They had 15 turnovers, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. They shot 38% from the field, 22 of 57. First half, they shot 51%. Second half, they shot 26%. So you can see where they started to go wrong. 3-point shooting, again, this was a poor 3-point shooting night for them. They shot 8% from 3, 1 of 12. They did not make a 3 in the second half. They were over 5. They were 1 of 7 in the first half. So that's going to do you in, especially in a game that's close, where you one or 2 threes could keep you in this game or even give you a lead. As long stretches, they were down by 5 or 4 points, and they could not overcome that deficit. 77% from the line, 14 of 18. And that was Southern picking up their 4th win in conference, their 3rd on the floor. They did have a forfeit from Prairie View, so they have won 3 games on the floor and 1 forfeit. So Bethune Cookman I think they'll be a better team if they can get Joe French back, because he's a guy that can hit 30 points in a game. So you definitely miss that kind of scoring. Alabama A&M defeated Jackson State 60-58. A&M led by 4 at the half, 29-25. They were outscored by 2 in the second half, 33-31, and they were able to win this game. Javarius McKinnis led Jackson State with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 8 of 11 from the field. A name that I know a lot of y'all are very familiar with from football, Malachi Weidman. He had 13 points. He's a 2-sport athlete. He had 13 points. He was 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line. He had 4 rebounds as well. Colty Young, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Jackson State is missing one of their top scorers, so that they're trying to get themselves back on track. They've lost 3 straight games to open up the season, but this team can be dangerous. Obviously, most Jackson State teams don't really score well under Coach Brent, but they play defense pretty well. They had 42 rebounds. They turned the ball over 12 times. They had 12 assists, 4 blocks, and 7 steals. They shot 38% from the field, 26 of 68. They shot 27% from 3, 5 of 18, and 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Only 6 free throw attempts, and all 6 of those came in the second half. I'm not going to say that's home cooking, but you should not only shoot 6 free throws in a game. But when you're not a team that really attacks the basket, you're not going to draw a lot of fouls. So they only shot 16% from the free throw line. Alabama A&M was led by Garrett Hicks with 22 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals, 6 of 18 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, 8 or 9 from the free throw line. Jalen Johnson, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Dalen Smith, 11 points and 9 rebounds. EJ Williams, 9 points, 9 rebounds. They had 40 rebounds. They got out-rebounded by 2. They had 14 turnovers on the night, 6 assists, 3 blocks, and 7 steals. They shot 33% from the field. Like I said, Jackson State plays good defense. They won this game shooting 30% in the second half, 17 of 51 total. 4 of 10 from 3 for 40%, and 73% from the line, 22 of 30. So a really entertaining game. A&M was able to pick up a big victory there. Prairie View defeated UAPB 75-58, bouncing back from that loss against Valley. This is only their second game that they played in quite a while, so they're kind of finding their form. They're going to be a dangerous team once they get themselves going. Right now, they're kind of sitting in the weeds, not looking too good, but they'll get themselves together. Daquan Morris led Pine Bluff with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals, 7 of 11 from the field, 8 for 12 from the free throw line. Sean Williams, not a great night for him, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He was 4 of 15 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3, and 3 for 3 from the line. Other than that, Brom Harris had 9 points and 4 rebounds, and Kayshawn Stokes had 8 points for the Golden Lions. They had 27 rebounds, 9 assists. They turned the ball over 16 times. They had 2 blocks and 11 steals. They shot 38% from the field, 21 of 54, 1 of 17 from 3, 5%. Again, 3-point shooting right now is lacking in the league. I don't know what's going on. I want to see that get a lot better. Too many teams are shooting very poorly from 3 right now. 15 of 20 from the free throw line for 75%. Prairie View was led by Dwayne Cox with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 of 16 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point line. William Douglas had 10 points and 6 rebounds. Also in double figures, Jawan Daniels, the preseason player of the year, 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He also had 1 steal, 7 of 12 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Prairie View had 40 rebounds, so they out-rebounded UAPB by 13. They had 21 assists, 19 turnovers, 3 blocks, and 8 steals. They shot 48% from the field, 29 of 60, 7 of 22 from 3 for 31%, and 10 of 13 from the free throw line for 76%. Texas Southern beat Valley 95-58. Almost 200-point games in a doubleheader. The Texas Southern Tigers and Lady Tigers almost combined for 200 points against Valley. They gave Valley a lot of work in these 2 games. 54 points in the first half for Texas Southern. 54-25 was the halftime score. They outscored Valley 41-33 in the second half. Did not let off the gas at all. Devin Gordon led Valley with 17 points, 2 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers. He was 6 of 17 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, 1 or 2 from the free throw line. Daniel Umoa, 10 points, 11 rebounds, so a double-double for him. 5 or 6 from the field. and Kadar Waller had 11 points and 1 rebound and 2 assists. Now, they did play without Robert Carpenter, who is their leading scorer. So I don't think that would have made that big of a difference in this game. But a guy like that can get you 20, 25 points, can change some things. But they just did not defend Texas Southern well. And that was the key in this game. Valley had 31 rebounds. They had 8 assists. They turned the ball over 13 times. They had 3 blocks. They had no blocks and 3 steals. They shot 32% from the field, 21 of 64, 6 of 27 from 3 for 22%, and 10 of 18 from the line for 55%. Texas Southern was led by John Walker with 16 points and 6 rebounds. So that's one of the first games he's had in league play where he's playing to the caliber that he can. 5 of 9 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3, and 5 or 7 from the line. AJ Lawson, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for him, 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the line. Bryson Etienne, 11.6 rebounds. Justin Hopkins, 10.6 rebounds. And Bryson Grisham, 10 points, 8 rebounds. So a really good game for a lot of guys. They had 5 guys in double figures. 47 rebounds for them. They out-rebounded Valley by 16. They had 17 assists, 11 turnovers, 9 blocks, and 4 steals. They shot 53% from the field, 35 of 65, 37% from 3, 10 of 27, and 78% from the line, 15 of 19. So just, a pretty easy game for TSU. I think they're starting to find their form. They are the favorites in this league. So I think they're still going to be tough to beat. They have a lot of games that they're going to have in the second half of the season. They get Southern at home in the second half, so that's definitely going to help them out a lot. So I would look for TSU to really be a factor in this race. So don't count them out because they lost early. They're going to be dangerous. A team that's a surprise right now is Alcorn. They have won 3 straight games to open up the conference play, all 3 on the road. So they are playing some very good basketball. They beat Alabama State 70-60. They led 25-21 at half. And they outscored them, Alabama State 45-39 in the second half. Lionel Henry led Alcorn with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. He was 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, and 4 of 5 from the field. Almost a perfect night for him. He missed 1 free throw. He don't miss that free throw. He has a perfect shooting night. So that he had a very good game. Keandre Montgomery, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Justin Thomas, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Really good game for him, 2 steals. Paul King, 15 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And Otis Walker, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Five Braves in double figures, so a nice balanced scoring night for them. 15, 14, 12, 11, and 13. Really balanced scoring for them. Nobody else really scored much. They only had 2 other guys combined for 5 points. So they got all that scoring from 5 guys, that starters basically. Let's see. They had 35 rebounds, 15 assists. They did turn the ball over 20 times though. 5 blocks and 8 steals. They shot 52% from the field, 60% from 3, 9 of 15. Really good 3-point shooting night for them. And 15 of 18 from the free throw line for 83%. So they shot the ball tremendously well in this game in all phases on the road. Really great game to shoot well. Gerald Liddell led Alabama State with 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. 5 of 12 from the field, 0 for 2 for 3, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Jordan O'Neal, 10 points. E.J. Clark, 10 points. Juan Rain, 11 points. They held Kenny Strawbridge to 8 points. He's their leading scorer, so Alcorn did a good job on him. They had 32 rebounds. Did not rebound it by 3, 14 assists, 13 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 8 steals. They shot 33% from the field, 19 of 56, 6 of 16 from the line. From the 3-point line for 37%, and 66% from the free throw line, 16 of 24. So really nice win by Alcorn. Like I said, they are right now the surprise team in the league to me, winning 3 games on the road at that. to go to 3-0, and that sets up our featured game of the day for Saturday, January 15th. That's TSU at Alcorn. So we'll talk about that game in a minute. That game is a 3 o'clock tip off. All Texas Southern comes in at 3-1, 5-8 overall. Alcorn is 3-0, 4-11 overall. Bethune Cookman is at Valley, 1-2 for Bethune Cookman, 3-12 overall, and a 1-3 record for Valley, 1-3, 1-13 overall. This is a 4 o'clock tip off. Alabama A&M is at Alabama State for a 4:30 tip. The Bulldogs come in at 3-1 and 4-10 overall. The Hornets 2-2 and 3-13 overall. FAMU is at UAPB. That's a 5:30 tip off. 1-2 for FAMU in conference, 3-12 overall. The Golden Lions 1-3 and 3-14 overall. Prairie View is at Jackson State. That's also a 5:30 tip. 1-3 for Prairie View, 3-11 overall. Remember, Prairie View has 2 forfeits because they did not play their first 2 games due to COVID. Jackson State is 0-3 and 2-12 overall. Jack Southern and Grambling hook up at 5:30. Another interesting game. Southern typically doesn't play that well at Grambling, so we'll see how they do up there. Southern is 4-0 in conference, 9-7 overall, and Grambling is 2-2 and 4-12 overall. So let's take a quick look at our featured game of the day. Texas Southern is averaging in conference play right now. Texas Southern is averaging 75.5 points per game. Alcorn is averaging 71. Defensively, Alcorn is allowing 60 points per game, and Texas Southern 63. So these two teams, the numbers are pretty even right now in conference play. Alcorn shoots 49% from the field in league play. Texas Southern 48. Defensively, these two teams again 1-2 in defensive field goal percentage. 37% for Alcorn, 38 for TSU. This is a pretty even matchup. I'm liking this matchup a lot. The more I look at the numbers, Alcorn right now leads the league in 3-point shooting at 49%. Texas Southern is third at 38%. Defensively, Alcorn is forcing opponents to shoot 27% for 3. Texas Southern opponents 34%. So that kind of factors in Alcorn's favor because Alcorn shoots 3s real well in conference play. Free throws, Alcorn shoots 78% from the line. Texas Southern shoots 68. Alcorn's opponents shoot 70% from the line. Texas Southern opponents shoot 68. Rebounding, Alcorn is averaging 32 rebounds per game. Texas Southern 37. Texas Southern's opponents average 30 rebounds per game. Alcorn's opponents 28. I said it twice already. I'm really liking this matchup, man. Alcorn is a very surprising team right now. They're playing really well. TSU is a very steady team. They you know what you're getting from them, so you can kind of expect, you know what to expect from them. Alcorn is the surprise right now. They have 16.3 turnovers per game. They're forcing 13. Texas Southern has 15 turnovers per game. They're also forcing 13. Looking at the block shots, Texas Southern averages 6.2 blocks per game. Alcorn 2.6. So that's one of the biggest differences. I think Alcorn's a smaller team than TSU. TSU has some good size. Guys like Gresham, Walker has good size. Jordan Carl Nicholas also is a guy that has good size. So they can control the inside. If they can do that, then they're going to have a really good chance in this game. Texas Southern has 13 assists per game. Alcorn 11.6. Quick look at some individual guys. Right now, Alcorn is led by Lionel Henry, averaging 16.3 points per game in conference play. Texas Southern, Bryson Etienne, 12 points per game in conference play. Again, like I said, Keandre Montgomery from Alcorn, 14.3. You still have to look out for guys like Gresham and Walker and Nichols from from Texas Southern. So they have Henry, they have a bunch of guys that can score the ball. So you really have to be careful with TSU because if they get hot, you're gonna be in trouble. Rebounding. Right now, John Walker averages 5.5 rebounds per game for Texas Southern. Alcorn is led by Justin Thomas with 5.3. Gresham for TSU, 5.3 rebounds per game. Nicholas for TSU, 5 rebounds per game. So they have 3 guys averaging 5 boards a game. So you really want to try to keep some of these guys off the boards. Their size is going to probably cause some problems. Thomas, 4.7 rebounds for Alcorn. Texas Southern, Etienne, 3.0 assists per game. Lawson, 2.3 assists per game for TSU as well. Steals, Etienne, 3 steals per game for him. Alcorn, Justin Thomas, he's averaging 4.7 steals per game. So he's doing a really good job getting his hands on the ball. And I like this matchup a lot. But I like TSU because until this team really starts to falter, I'm gonna go with them as the favorites. I think they are battle tested. They haven't been playing TSU ball for a lot of stretches of the season, but these last couple of games they played really solid ball. And if you go back to the Grambling game, they played a really good game now. So I think they're starting to find their form. Alcorn, they're 3-0. They won 3 games on the road. It's their first home conference game. So, are they going to be able to bring the mojo that they had on the road? Are they going to be able to bring that back home with them against a very tough TSU team? I don't know. Like I said, Alcorn's the wild card in this game to me. So I'm going to go with the comfortable factor to me, and that's TSU. So I think TSU will win this game. But I think it's going to be a really close game, and it should be an exciting game. So, I'll share on my Instagram all on Saturday. I'll share all the links for the video for the live feeds, so you can check those out. That's gonna do it for me. Don't forget tomorrow, SWAC Smoke live, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, we're gonna recap these games that are being played on Saturday and preview the Monday's games, and then Wednesday we'll recap Monday's games and preview the next Saturday's games. So we are in basketball, man. We rolling. We got our groove, and we're going to continue to go. I'm your tour guide, man. I'm stopping the bus. Y'all can hop on off. And I'll catch y'all on tomorrow for SWAC Smoke. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.